here, stay on the grind here. Rhonda Supreme got you locked in, all ears. We do the best interviews with the stars here. We in our own lane, yo, we set the bar here. We on the grind here, stay on the grind here. Rhonda Supreme got you locked in, all ears. We do the best interviews with the stars here. We in our own lane, yo, we set the bar here. I would now like to introduce to you Rhonda Supreme. On the grind, on the grind, on the grind, yeah. On the grind, on the grind, on the grind, yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Welcome to the show, everyone. This is On the Grind with Rhonda Supreme, and you are listening to Free Agent Radio and our partner station, iHeart Radio. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the show, supporting all of us here at Free Agent Radio. Remember to follow us at freeagentradio.com, and I am Rhonda Supreme on all social media. Definitely, we appreciate your support, and we, including I, will follow you back if you follow me. And listen, we always have great guests on the show. You already know. Today we have Angelo Ellerbee, and I think I've probably been associated with you for several years. So we're talking
Yes.
about going back to probably 2018, 2019. And I love Kevin and you so much and
Thank
what
you.
you do. You're different. You're just different when it comes to
Thank you.
promoters, a promotion. And I love it. I love your style. But we're
Thank
talking
you.
about you today, Angela. And now this is very dear to my heart. I was really impressed, and I'm gonna be honest. I was really focused on what you were saying about your mother and how she actually made your life what it is by the great mother she was. And then I started thinking about my mother who's passed on.
God
Um,
bless.
but she was 94 years old when she passed.
God bless her.
Right.
Hallelujah.
She saw some things. Okay. But
God bless her.
she was hard on us and out of love, and she told us the truth. And when I listened to one of the shows that you were talking about your mother, you were on an interview, it brought back those memories. And you talked about everything that you did to get to where you are and how she supported you and sometimes said no. Sometimes mothers have to say no because they know it's gonna help their child. But, yeah, you gotta tell us about this new project. Introduce yourself to everyone.
I would like to say thank you first to you and to
Mhm,
your listeners for listening to me. With regards to my book called Before I Let You Go, I'm very thankful. But I know that the thanks is not to them, but it's to God. I know what He implies. I know what He implies inside of my soul. And
mhm.
I'm not ashamed to tell people the greatness of the Lord and what God has
Amen.
done for me. I have a journey that I started out at maybe 15, 16 years old
Mhm,
in what I call the greatest city in the world, Newark, New Jersey. I call it great because they were sympathetic, understanding, and gave me wisdom and gave me chances in my life
mhm,
to do what I wanted to do, to be who I wanted to be. I am so thankful to Sharp James and to King Gibson, to Mariel Gibson,
mhm,
these people who supported me at 14 and 15 years old, who said to me, I want to help you. And it was Sharp James who came to me many, many moons ago when I was working for the Speedy program. And my job was to watch the wall down in City Hall. He came into the building of City Hall and he said to me, what are you doing? I said, I'm washing the walls down, sir. He said, what are you washing the walls down in City Hall for? We have janitors. I said, sir, this is my assignment. He says, well, I want to ask you this. What else is your assignment? What do you want to do in your life?
mm,
And I go, wow. I said, sir, well, I'm a fashion designer and I want to. He said, show me some of your designs. I showed him some of my designs. This man single-handedly took me on his radio show and his TV show and then introduced me to the residents of the regional market of New gave me a job in the city of Newark, and I was making $27,000 at 16 years old.
My Lord.
This man was incredible to me. He was really the father that I never really had because he really believed in me. I went on and I came back into the city, and that's why I call Newark the greatest city in the world. These people who were leading the city.
Right.
I wanted to be accepted into this great city, into the world that God has gifted us with.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in the early 70s where I thought that there was just this demise of this thing they call HIV and AIDS.
Yes.
And the 70s was like impacted so much, and particularly in African American or minority communities. And nobody was telling, they were saying that it was Black people that were bringing in the disease, so you had to be gay or whatever it was.
Right.
And I said, I wanted to do something that was going to educate the awareness that how do you go about getting this disease? As I was known as this fashion person, I did a fashion show, a 2-part fashion show, where I enlisted the aid of Susan Taylor, the former editor-in-chief of Essence magazine.
I remember.
And then it was Antonio Fargas. We all know him as Huggy Bear.
Yes.
Carl Anthony Payne. We know him as Cockroach. We know him as
on Cosby.
Martin, and on the Martin show as well. Heavy D. And then it went on and on and on. But before these kids came into this event, I had 35 different outlets teaching and educating kids with pamphlets about AIDS and HIV.
Exceptional.
So when they came into this auditorium, it wasn't just a celebration of the celebrities that they were looking at. It was because they were educated, stimulated, and motivated about the awareness of this disease so that they can protect themselves.
Yes.
And that they can have more knowledge about this disease. So it was all of those people that came out, it was a 2-parter. It was for me, my desire is to want people to know about, again, this is a sickness. It has nothing to do with nothing, but it's a sickness.
Yes.
My friends were dying left and right, and I wanted answers, and I couldn't get answers. And I've gone through my whole life as an activist to talk to people about HIV and AIDS.
Thank you so much.
It is so important to me. I'm working with I partner with them because the young lady, Elaine Helms, has created what would be a platform or a house where she integrates those people from the LGBTQIA communities.
Yes.
From 14 to 24 years old. And I agreed to work with her because I didn't want to see young kids selling their bodies in order to exist on the face of this earth. And there were so many parents did not understand where their kids were coming from in terms of their lifestyle.
That is true.
And they don't want to understand it until I went over to Elaine's facility, and I saw that she had housing, she had therapy, she had all these things that was going to really, and I said, Elaine, really?
How beautiful.
And I became the spearhead of this because it was everything that I've ever wanted to see take place.
Right.
And the great thing about it is that I'm working with her and I'm trying to raise not just funds, but the awareness of there is no cure. People believe because it's not in the airwaves of radio and TV that there's a cure. There's no damn cure yet.
No, there is not.
And people are still being mistreated. People are still not being taken care of. People are still dying from this disease.
And they don't talk about it.
And nobody wants to talk about it.
I know.
And what I find out in America, white gay organizations receive all kinds of funding. When it comes down to the Black organizations, the funding is all taken away.
It's unfair.
And so I'm doing many things with this organization, you know, and strange enough is that 25 years later from when I started, I got the opportunities to work with Dionne Warwick.
Right, I remember.
Strangely enough, we seem to be working on the same cause. You know, her song, That's What Friends Are For, that record, for which she gave all that money back.
I never knew.
And, oh, she gave all the money back to the organization, the Empire organization.
My goodness.
And they're existing only because of the Dionne Warwick Fund. So I wrote a book, and the book was Before I Let You Go. And the book is really, it's not about the industry. Yes, I've done the Mary J. Blige and the Jodeci's, the Soulful Reals, the Genuine, it goes on. It ain't about them. It's about that layperson. It's about the homeless. It's about the ones that's at a disadvantage. It's about the domestic violence individual. It's about the incarcerated individual
Yes.
that people look at as not being individuals, and they are. And God gives us all chances. He gives us all chances. Not one chance, but maybe 100 chances.
You telling the truth.
And I fight for them to see a different tomorrow. I don't want them to live in the past or to live where they're at. I want them to encourage them to continue to fight the battle, that they could be great, greater, and then the greatest at what they choose to do in life.
Yes, they can. Yes, they
That's
can.
what's the important for me. That's the importance for
Oh,
me.
I love that.
And so this book is to give them, the reader, a understanding that everybody deserves a chance in life.
Regardless of what people say or what the government or the education system teaches us, we're all equal.
We, you know, in God's eyes, we're all equal. Yet we have ministers who that want to take away our humanalities in terms of coming to the church, being judgmental, embarrassing the gay community when they come inside of their church. And I'm like, are you speaking the word of God or are you speaking your word? People and ministers and preachers and whomever, God said, come as you are.
Yes, he did.
He said, come as you are. And we should not come to church and be embarrassed or separated or judged. The reality for me is that we're all God's children. Like it or not, we're all God's children. We all come inside of His institutions, His holy house, to worship Him, to thank Him. Why can't we do it together? So the book will give percentages to the Reigns organization. I'm working on many other projects with them to provide the wherewithals for this community to live and to exist by. It's so important to me that people have an appreciation for life. Life is not it's not a given, it's a gift.
Oh, it definitely is.
He gives us a gift. How you unwrap that gift is on you. You got to unwrap that gift sensitively, carefully,
Yes.
and understand that it's a gift. Don't throw the paper away. Don't throw nothing away.
Nothing. The ribbon, the
Hold
paper,
on,
nothing. That's
hold on
right.
to all of it because it's His gift to you. Now, what you do with that gift is all up to you. I've been watching so much on social media these days where everything is a prayer. Everything is a prayer. And I'm motivated to say, oh, what I do is not forsaken. It is the work of the word of the Lord. And so many understand. I used to say, am I the crazy one? Praying and saying, read this prayer twice, read this other prayer twice. And I flip and I flip and I flip. And I get the same message. It said to me, oh, Angelo, you're doing it. You're doing it. Stay in that race. Stay in that race. Eventually, you're going to win that race. You know, and so I ask people to support the book because it's supporting our young people. Ask people to support the book because the truth is not on strike. My book tells you the truth about life, tells you about what you need to do in your life, how you can recover, how you can be bigger and better, and that you could have whatever you want to have when you submit yourself and you give it to the Lord.
Fully submit. That's right.
Listen, I ain't nobody's born again Christian. I'm a man of God. I love the Lord. I I have no friends. I have a friend in Jesus.
That's beautiful.
I love God. I
You're
really do.
doing the work. You're doing the work. That's the thing. You know, that's such a beautiful thing when you see people out here advocating for people who can't, they don't know where to turn and they can't do it on their own. That's what you're doing. That's why we do need people to support this book and your project because you got to think about it. Everybody has someone that they know, someone in their neighborhood, family members who are in this situation where people are shunning them, talking about them, putting them down. And we love these people.
It's so important that we look at the whole situation so that we can understand that God is not segregating, but integrating lives and lifestyles. You understand? We cannot shut our minds to only accept that one thing. I am just not praying for HIV and AIDS and gay folk and all the bit, the lay child. I pray for the incarcerated, for the homeless and the shut out, and particularly the homeless and shut out. I ask God, you're the only one
Exactly.
that can change this. You're the only one that can change this. So let them be patient, God. Give them shelter, give them food, give them drink, but let them walk their way out of this life and this lifestyle. I pray for the senior citizen. And I
Yes.
say in my prayers, you know what? Because I'm a senior citizen.
Thank you.
I say in my prayers, God, would you wake up the ones that's laying in the bed? Wake up the ones that's in the wheelchair. Wake
Yes.
up the ones that's on the crutches and let them go live life because you gave no expiration date to our lives.
Thank
So let us
you.
go and travel. Let us go and be partners. Let us go and endure life.
Angelo, I love that because I know so many. So, what you may not know about me is I volunteer at senior homes, BOAs like Volunteers of Americas, and homeless shelters every week. Because
Fabulous.
these are people too. You know, people say, "Oh, I hope you have your mask on. I hope you clean yourself when you leave." I love these people. I hug them. I give them hugs. I talk to them. I provide them a way of getting cell phones because they need them. They can't get any help without them. And they know me. They all know me now, you know? So I understand exactly what you're talking about. I love them like they're my family, and I don't treat them any
You
different.
know what? And why should we?
Right. They're people just like me. They just came across a hard way. Most of these people were like one paycheck away from being homeless. And I had an older lady in a wheelchair that was sleeping in front of a store and I was hurt. She's like, "All I need is a phone so I could call my family." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness." Like and luckily she had two younger homeless people that were with her. Like she was by herself and they said, "No, you could come stay with us, but we have to find a place to stay because the police keep telling us to move and we have nowhere to go." That should not be. Not in the United States. That should not be where these people are looking for what store to sleep in their little lobby area or outside. That should not be.
For me, honestly, America is gangster.
Thank you. It's a gang.
It's a big old gang of, ooh, oh
You
God,
know we have to
forgive me.
say in prayer about that, right?
And oh, I do. Oh, I do because
And not worry either. Because that's what another thing. I have a lot of people that come to me and say, "Oh my goodness, did you see the news? Did you see what they're going to do? I'm so worried." I said, "Wait a minute. You're not supposed to worry. Do not waste your time on worry." I did that most of my life, so I know it can actually tear your body apart and your mind too. No, you have to give it up and know that it will be all right because all that fear is what they're feeding on. They're feeding on fear. It's
and
intentional.
fear is negative. Fear God.
Exactly.
Don't fear all of these things that He's in control of.
You're right.
The thing for me is that a collective is what we have to be.
Mhm.
Church folks need to be church folks
Thank you. If you're
and
gonna be
stop
there,
trying to
do
be, yeah.
yes,
Don't
do
come up in the church trying to find your husband or your wife. Don't come up in the church trying to talk about everybody and that lady's hat and what she. come to church to serve the Lord. And when you hear your minister is incorrect, you need to correct them.
Address it.
We came to hear acceptance. We came to hear all the things that God wants us to know.
Amen.
That's what my point is. I don't want you talking outside of the Bible. You need to talk within the Bible. I need for you to interpret his words to me.
Yes.
I don't need to with
Right.
your belief.
His
I don't care about your
interpretation.
belief.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care about that because you know what? It doesn't matter to me. Health, strength, prosperity, inspiration, encouragement. That's what I need to know from you as a minister. I don't need for you to do those things.
Right. Listen, the day that that happens in the church will be a great day where it changes. But then we can't judge either. We can pray about it.
The great thing is that don't wait for the church, you make the change. And you
Yeah.
know what? You ain't got to go sit up in that church if you know it ain't right.
Oh no,
You
you
could
don't.
have a conversation with the Lord and he'll make it right within your soul.
Yes.
That's where I'm at.
Well, you
I
at the right
love,
place.
I love me some God.
That's
And
your
I
best
will
friend.
speak the word of him. I will be anointed and touched by his work and his word. I don't believe in friends. You spell the word and split it in the middle. You get END. It's going to end.
It's gonna
I know
end
that he's going to be with me forever.
forever. Eternity.
Yeah,
When you
that's how I
know
see it.
that you know, your life will change. Your life will change and you'll change the lives of others.
And that's what it's about.
Yes. That's why this book should be in every home. Before I
I want
let you
people
go.
let you go. Yeah.
That's right.
So they can purchase the book on Amazon. It's a quick and good read. It's a book of inspiration. It's a book of care and concern.
Yes,
We need to have your listeners' support on this book.
we
It's
do.
important.
And listen, everybody knows someone in their family that could utilize this book. If not you, buy it for someone or buy it for you and someone else. Buy it for someone that you know is having a hard time. You
Yeah,
know, I think, and I know that they're going to really appreciate this. They are.
I thank you so very, very
Yes.
much for
Angelo,
taking the
give
time.
us your social media so people can follow you and
Oh,
find out more about you.
well, let me first say it's important that they go out and they research the Amazon before I let you go. That's the first
That's
and
number
foremost.
one.
And then it's yeah, that's number one. And then my Instagram, which is everything else, is DXXNYC. It's really important that you go to that book, get that book,
Yes,
and
get
then
that
go
book.
to my social media.
Double exposure.
And you know what? So as I go to speak to you, I want everyone that is listening, your listening audiences, to know you can also email me. I want
That's
people,
beautiful.
the
I want
thing
people
for
to
me
reach
is
out.
like listen, it's Angelo Angelo at D as in David XX 2 X's NYC.com. Look, I'm here to serve. I'm here to hope wherever I can help at.
That's extra special. Not many people do that. They just want their followers and they want people to support them, but they don't want to have a conversation with people. So thank you.
I
Oh,
want to
I
help.
love that.
I want to help as many people as I can help. I'm no more than a messenger of his work and his word.
Yes.
I'm a messenger.
He's a messenger. And I gotta come visit you because you only an hour
Please.
away from me. Okay.
Oh, you're
Let's
more
have
than
lunch.
welcome.
Let's have lunch.
I will treat you to lunch and we can have a good old down home conversation.
Yeah, that's what I really want to do.
I
And
appreciate you so
I
much.
appreciate you, Angelo. Thank you for being here today on the show and everyone's support. Let me tell you, that book will do something for your life. It will change your life. So, if anything, do it for yourself. Okay. Do it for yourself and do it for someone in your family, someone that you love, your neighbor, your friend. You're not going to regret it.
I
And
really appreciate that.
I'm telling you, it's just beautiful. It really is what you're doing. And the book is just icing on the cake. I love it. Yes. So thank you,
Oh, you're a
everyone,
sweetheart. Thank you so very much.
including you, Angelo. Yes. Thank you,
You too.
everyone, for listening today on the show. Remember, On the Grind with Rhonda Supreme airs Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on iHeartRadio and Free Agent Radio. So follow us. We'll follow you back. And thank you so much, everyone, for always supporting us. Much love to everyone. And don't forget to tune in for the next show. Thank you, and we love you. Take care.